I want to know how that title can be defended or taken, because I might have to come after that one.
It's going to be a challenge. I may even say that it might be as big of a challenge as you just had on Sunday night.
Oh, really?
This is TMZ's Inside the Ring.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to TMZ's Inside the Ring. I'm Branson Quirk, and again, we have another historical moment here at TMZ's Inside the Ring podcast. This is now our first women's competitor guest. She's fresh off of her title win at NXT Heatwave on Sunday, taking the TNA Knockouts World Championship back home to TNA. It was a massive moment. Ash by Elegance. She's here with us. Hey Ash, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. I brought not only one, but I brought this one too.
Oh my gosh. I was going to ask if we could please have those on. I didn't know if like TNA took them and put them aside for you, if you actually took them home or not. But
yes.
Are you walking around with them all day long?
Oh my gosh. You have no idea how much weight this adds to your suitcase. So I have to leave like one or two extra pairs of shoes at home.
Really?
And every time I travel through TSA, they always want to pull my bag and look at these bad boys. But it's awesome. You know, I'm very proud to hold both titles. It was definitely a war. Sunday night, I absolutely went toe to toe, and I made a promise to myself and also made a promise to Carlos that I was going to bring this title back home.
Right. And Carlos, he was there in attendance, front row. So I'm sure there was a little bit of pressure, I'm sure. But again, you took it, you did it. You have the championships now, and this is just an amazing moment, especially for the collaboration, WWE, TNA. What did it feel like, you know, both physically and emotionally competing in a WWE ring again?
You know, I can't believe it. I couldn't have made this up ever. I mean, this is the wildest ride, the craziest dream, because, you know, I was with WWE. I started there. I never came from a wrestling background. I never was on the indies prior to this. WWE and NXT was all I ever knew. And having that opportunity to go back and go to NXT where it all started is like a full circle moment. Like I couldn't have written it any better. If anyone told me that I was ever going to do this, I would say, are you crazy? Like there's no way I'm going back to a WWE ring. But it was the perfect fairy tale. Coming from WWE, which gave me such an amazing platform. It gave me the opportunity to spread my wings and fly. I got the call back in 2023, September of 2023, you know, that I was no longer needed with WWE, and it hurt. It stung. It was just a roller coaster of emotions. Now, fast forward almost 2 years to the date, I'm back in WWE, NXT ring, working for another promotion that took a chance. They took a chance on me, and I took a chance on myself, and made a promise to myself. Also, I made a promise to Carlos that this title is going to come back home and be in great hands. So yes, I hold this. I literally have my eye on this 24/7 all the time. I like slept with it the first night. I came home, I unpacked, I put the titles on my bed. Last night, like I have a dresser and I put them on my dresser. It was just, I just can't believe it. Like it's just so many emotions going on.
I mean, so well deserved. I was watching this match just last night, and I know exactly what you mean, by the way, having that title around you. I actually just got this TMZ title, and I slept with it too over the weekend. I took it everywhere with me, even though I'm not in anything. But hey, we all have our thing.
I want to know how that title can be defended or taken, because I might have to come after that one.
Hey, I mean, It's going to be a challenge. I may even say that it might be as big of a challenge as you just had on Sunday night. Especially
really?
since we don't have a ring here at TMZ. We just have concrete. So it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. And it's going to be a battle.
My pain tolerance is kind of high.
Yeah.
And I'm used to those challenges because, in WWE, I held the 24/7 title 15 times. And it was, you had to have your head on a swivel. Any place, anywhere, you can get rolled up. So I'm not afraid of that. I might have to come in.
Well, good
Give
to
you
know.
a run for your money.
Well, Los Angeles, that's where we are. We're always here, always ready to go toe to toe. No problem there.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Right. I do have to ask, JC Jane, Masha Slamovich, when they came in to NXT Heatwave, they had a smirk on their face. They seemed very sure of themselves. And at a point during the match, too, I was convinced that it was just going to be retained by JC. And I was completely hit with a twist when you came in and ended up taking this away from her. Do you have any words for JC and Masha? I know this is the first time you're speaking out about this, so I want to know.
This is the first time. Hats off to both ladies. They made me definitely dig deep. I've watched JC when I was in NXT before. She was actually with Mandy Rose as well, too. And Mandy and I are great, great friends. We were actually tag team partners. So it's crazy kind of watching her evolution and her develop in the ring as well. Same with Masha. I had seen Masha when I broke into TNA and just kind of see her grow to the top. Her matches with Jordynne Grace were phenomenal. So I knew I had to dig deep, but there's only one person I needed to prove this to, and that was to myself.
Right.
And I felt as though that I had to pull out some crazy stops, things that people may have never expected me to do, or I was never given the opportunity or chance to do. I am very excited to go back to TNA and represent this title. And I'm also very blessed and fortunate to go back and work with the NXT girls that I feel as though are super hungry and motivated. And I said this in a post-match interview. I'm ready. Whoever wants to step to the plate, they're going to have a whole nother animal in front of them because this title gives me such motivation and drive.
Gotcha. I mean, that brings me to my next question that everybody's wondering right now. The title is back home in TNA, and I mean, Impact is as soon as Thursday. We've talked about this time and time again. We can't rule out anything at these TNA tapings whatsoever, especially with this new collaboration with WWE and NXT. So the question we have for you is, where is this going? Do you see this title being defended as soon as maybe Thursday, as next week? Are we looking at Bound for Glory? Who do you see possibly as someone that is just hungry to come take this title from you right now?
That's a great question. I definitely feel as though we are in the Elegance Era right now.
We are, yes.
My girls are holding the fort down in the tag team division with the, tag team titles since I integrated that elegance rule that any member of the team can represent the tag titles. So I know these girls are going to hold it down. With this TNA Knockouts title, I am super excited to help elevate the division. I have an opportunity right now to elevate the TNA women's locker room, and I'm super excited because I feel as though we have the best locker room in the wrestling universe. These women are they want to go out there, they want to shine, they want to be given that opportunity, and TNA is the place. TNA took a chance on me. I feel as though coming from WWE, I just was always crawling and scratching and thinking I was getting there, but then I wasn't. And then the next opportunity, I was like, okay, this is it. I'm going for it. And unfortunately, I just never made it to that point. Coming over to TNA, Tommy Dreamer had a vision. He had a vision and he was just like, listen, I want to see your full potential. You were never given like the proper run or the proper chance. I know you can do it. And I was like, I'm ready for it. And I think really a match that put me on the map was with Jordynne Grace. It made a lot of the naysayers look at me and be like, man, she's really improved. So I want to do that for other girls. I want to pay it forward. I'm Ash by Elegance on TV, but this title means so much more in the wrestling universe, in the locker room. I feel as though I would love to go toe-to-toe in a singles match with Masha. Her confidence is unreal. When that red light is on, I'm telling you, she is a whole different animal in that ring. Indy, for example, Indy came from WWE. I would absolutely love to step in the ring with her again. I was able to do so in WWE, but again, sometimes you're very limited with time and what you can and cannot do.
Sure.
So I feel like the freedom that we have in TNA and in that ring will be able to, put out a banger. I have my girls, Maggie and Heather, that I cannot believe this, but seeing Heather and Maggie and me being a mentor on TV, I feel as though I'm kind of like a mentor in real life to them as well, too, because they were just in shock and so amazed to go to WWE, and just their eyes were so big and so open because, again, a couple years ago, that was everybody's dream. That was like the tippy top. That's where everybody wanted to go. And with Heather and Maggie, I was able to like elevate them and be able to be there and actually have a tag team match with them. And it was so cute because Maggie, we came back from that 6-woman tag last Tuesday, and she started crying. And I started to get emotional. I was like, why are you crying? I was like, you did so good. She goes, I wrote a letter to my mom saying when I was 9 that when I make it to the WWE, she can open it. And I was like, oh my God, like I have like goosebumps. And she's like, you made that all possible for me, Ash. Like I couldn't have done this without you. I go, are you going to let her open it? And she goes, nope, not yet. She's like, I still don't have that contract. But, this partnership and this integration with the women's division at TNA, not only women, but men as well, too. It just elevates TNA and WWE, and the playing field is super equal and even. So, back to your question with this title, I just want to help others because there's so many talent where I see myself years ago in, and now, I don't want to call myself old, but I'm one of the veterans.
No, you're not. You are not. No.
I'm one of the vets in the game. So I want to help elevate the talent as well, too.
I mean, I am so excited, and you're definitely right. You guys have already elevated the women's division at NXT. It's completely on fire right now, and this is only the beginning. And us WWE fans, the WWE universe, this is all new to us. And I think that this just brings more avenues for WWE fans to sink their teeth in, more eyeballs on TNA. Obviously, this could not be better for TNA. Going back to what you just said, being released in 2023, that wasn't too long ago. That was only a couple years. So back then, being Dana Brooke in WWE to now being Ash by Elegance, talk me through the process between 2023 and now to your debut in TNA, that process in transforming yourself for this new era of Ash by Elegance.
Yeah, that came out of left field. I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I thought, I don't want to say it was comfortable because that's always something in the back of everybody's mind there at WWE. But when I got the call, I didn't know, I didn't ever think like what's next or what I can do. So it hit me like a ton of bricks. And I remember, my husband, I came to him super emotional, crying. I felt like my world was crashing down because growing up, I was a gymnast. My goal was to be in the Olympics. I got as far as the Junior Olympics, but never the Olympics. And I couldn't get there. And it was like my dream from injuries came crashing down. I couldn't make it to my goal. And then there was many other things along the way that it was like, I saw it, but I just couldn't get there. And then WWE had happened. And I was like, oh my God, I'm doing it. I'm living this passion of mine. And then you get to that top and you get like a taste in your mouth and it gets stripped away. And I was like, oh my God, like, what do I do next? And And there's been times where I thought about giving up. I thought about maybe I just hang these boots up. But the Dana Brooke character was always the underdog story. I knew I had to come out with something impactful, something that was gonna reinvent myself. And, this Ash by Elegance character, like, I just needed it to be different. I was like, let's try this heel route. I know I absolutely love being a heel. I love entertaining. I love going out there. And I may not be the best wrestler, but I know how to entertain. I know from what WWE taught me is if not one person in the crowd has ever watched wrestling, or we have new viewers, or a corporate business that's taking a trip to a wrestling event and they don't know anything about the character. As soon as you go out of the curtain, you'll be able to tell, oh my God, I don't like this girl. She's so cocky. She's so into herself. She's so arrogant. She treats these little girls like they're, her Muppets and puppets. And then whoever I'm wrestling, I want the crowd to like love and cheer and chant. So I was like, let's do this. And, Tommy Dreamer was like, this is great. This is a great character. And any idea I've ever had, Tommy's like, okay, let's make it better. He's like, I love that idea, but how do we make it better? And how do we elevate you to the next step? And something that I haven't been able to share with the girls yet back at TNA, because I haven't been home yet, is when I get the moment to talk, I'm going to say that this title represents each and every single one of those girls in the locker room, because they helped develop this character, Ash by Elegance.
Oh, wow.
Stepping into the ring with Zaya Brookside, we had massive feuds. I've stepped in the ring with Rosemary. I've been in the ring with Masha. I call them my little British girls, but like Myla and Harley, girls that just stepped in. Heather actually helped bring this Ash by Elegance character in, because when I was just debuting this character, she was an extra and she was in one of my quick matches. And I went to the back and I was like, guys, I don't know why we haven't signed this girl Heather yet. She's so awesome. And then they gave her a contract and they're like, do you think we can help? You can help her like fit into your group and you kind of like mold her into this character. I was like, yes, 100%. So I want to go back to the locker room and let everybody know that they have a part in this title and bringing this character Ash by Elegance to life. And then on the flip side, it's weird because I look back and I tell myself, who was Dana Brooke, and I'm like, girl, you helped develop this Ash by Elegance character, because if it wasn't for Dana Brooke, there would be no Ash by Elegance.
It's incredible. And I want to say too, your theme song, your entrance, it's all just so good. I put it on yesterday when I was on a drive, your theme song. And then this morning when I was driving to work, I was like, I just love it. Whoever picked that, whoever produced that, it just works for you. It works.
So it's so funny because I don't think anybody knows this. They tried to have me do a voiceover for the elegance part.
Right.
And I guess I still don't think this, but everyone's like, oh my God, no, you have such a strong accent. And so when I was in NXT, they would kind of try to see where like you fit. So I had to do ring announcing and I'm like, the following contest. And they're like, oh my God, like
you sound
stop.
good doing that too. You sound great doing that too.
And then they were like, okay, for your theme song, if you can say Ash by Elegance or Elegance. Good. So I kept trying and they're like,
it kind of makes, as a fan, it kind of makes me like hate you a little bit. I mean, just that heel character when you come in and the pretentiousness of it. And you have your personal concierge Iceman in there. It's just, it all works together and it just makes everybody, it just works. It works.
It fits. No, it fits. Exactly. I always say to myself that like having Iceman from day one, I didn't know who he was. And then when I saw him and he opened up his mouth and the way he speaks and the way he is on the mic, I'm like, oh, this is gold. Like this is like a whole recipe for success. And when my first week ever, I'll make this short. My first week ever, I did like media row, like, former Dana Brooke steps on the scene with TNA, Ash by Elegance. And I was getting Team Tony Storm, or you're just like Tony Storm.
I did see that. Yeah.
And I was like, guys, I haven't even opened my mouth. I haven't had a match. You guys don't know what this character is. And now I think fast forward a year and a half later, it's like night and day. There's no
Sure.
comparison whatsoever. So, I always say haters are my motivators. And if they're talking, then I'm doing something right.
Yes, it's always good. Publicity, bad or good. Here at TMZ, we know all about that. So we always say that it's all good and it's working. It's definitely working.
Yeah.
I do want to ask just a little bit what's going on in WWE right now. I want to talk about a past feud that you had with Bayley years ago. And this was a time in my life watching wrestling. I remember watching this feud go down on Raw. I really just believed this between you two. I believed that animosity. I believed it. I at some point thought like these two really don't like each other. The Dora the Explorer thing. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Well, Bayley,
that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Bayley, she's going through a lot right now. A significant change. We don't really know where this is going with her at the moment. She's kind of in this moment of reflecting on her past, and she's kind of regretting a lot of her past in this storyline right now. And you're involved in that. Whether whoever says it or not, you are very much involved in this storyline. Do you think, I know this is early to say, but do you think that we ever might see you guys go toe-to-toe again, possibly?
I would absolutely love that. I would absolutely love to share the ring with Bayley. Seeing her on Raw with her vignettes and what she's doing and reflecting and things like that, I'm like, oh, girl, I was there and I know what you're going through, but like, you're going dark and you're going deep. And like, so I think definitely she doesn't know the hunger and the drive that I am capable of now. Like, I definitely feel as though, whatever she's going through is a different animal and a different beast. So I feel like there would be two totally different competitors in that ring if it were to ever go down, because she's not the Bayley that I once knew. She's not the Bayley that came out with the ding dongs. She's not the Bayley with the side ponytail. She's not Dora the Explorer.
Not at all. No.
And I'm definitely not Dana Brooke. I am not the Timu Tony Storm. I'm not just breaking out of this character, Ash By Elegance. I have really done everything in my power to prove that I can stand with the very best. And I think it's awesome because I also said this yesterday. I said, one thing about me is I've never burnt any bridges. I have always had a good relationship. I feel as though with everyone I stepped in the ring with, and then also outside in backstage, like anyone that I've ever crossed paths with WWE, I feel like I have a great relationship with them. And, we can't cry over spoiled milk. So, some girls are like, oh my God, how did you go back there? I'm like, because I have a chip on my shoulder that I want to go back and I want to show them like what I can do and what I'm able to do.
Absolutely.
So I feel as though definitely if Bayley calls me out, I'm ready to go. And the whole WWE universe, like saw on Sunday, will see a totally different person in me.
So what it sounds like is you're saying that you have an advantage over Bayley. Ash By Elegance here. It sounds like you have an advantage.
Yeah, I've been there and I've done that.
Oh, okay, got you. All right, well, you have to come up with some new names for her.
I did my soul searching. I've done this whole new reinventing myself. So I definitely am one step ahead.
What's your thoughts on Charlotte right now in terms of her relationship with Alexa Bliss? Because I'm kind of getting a reflection back to the moment of you guys teaming together.
Yeah, flashbacks, right?
You worked with her. You know how it goes. What do you have to say to Alexa Bliss over this?
Watch your back, sister. I was, I fell under that. I was fooled once or twice by her before. And I feel like Charlotte and, Dana Brooke never really got to finish what she started. I feel as though Charlotte, though, has really evolved as a person, inside and outside of the ring. But you just never know. People in that industry can change on the drop of a dime when it comes to what they want in the ring.
Absolutely. Well, we really appreciate you being here with us. Just
Thank you.
speaking out about this incredible moment that you had on Sunday night. I've already watched the match twice now, and I'm just amazed by just the moveset that you brought into this and so forth. So coming up, Thursday, Impact, are we going to see you on there?
Yes, I am requesting, and if my personal concierge is seeing this, I want the most extravagant party. I already told Carlos, you know, I want a party. I want a celebration. I want it all. I want everything. And actually, I will say this is coming in October 12th. I will be back where I captured this beautiful.
Let's see it. Oh,
yes, right there she is.
Oh.
So I want to back and I want to make a speech. I want to thank everybody there in Lowell, Massachusetts at Bound for Glory. I want to sell that arena out. And I want everyone to come and join the Elegance Era. And I want to thank everyone personally for helping me capture this title.
Amazing. It's going to be an incredible night. And maybe they will see me.
I will look forward to anyone that steps up to me during that time.
I mean, and plus we have to tell, you know, JC, if you're listening to this as well, you got to watch your back too, because you've still got the NXT Women's Championship.
Exactly. I told her that on the way out.
And I
told her on the way out.
Oh, you did? You told her this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told her, I go, you took my title to NXT. Don't ever think that I won't come back and take your NXT title back to TNA.
Wow. 2026 could be the year of Ash by Elegance. It's already begun.
Yes.
It's already
starting.
It's already started. Well, and I have to put it out there too. We got the TMZ Championship right here. So if you want to add third
LA,
or fourth there.
Can you, I have your email, so just text me your address real quick.
Okay.
You might get
I'll text you my work
surprise.
address. I don't want to be caught off guard while I'm sleeping or anything, because I actually do sleep with this.
I had to do that when I defended my title.
You had to have it by your side at all times. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'll have to think about that. Again, I don't have a ring right now, but if we do get a ring here at TMZ, but for now,
it doesn't need to be in the ring.
It could just be the concrete here.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, Miguel.
You have a table, right? You're on a table?
This table is very thick, so for you to get me through this would be very difficult. But you could try.
Okay, I'll try.
All right.
It might hurt. I can still pin you 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm currently going to have to get to the gym today to start training for this. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much for being on here. We really appreciate it. And we're all looking forward to this Thursday. And plus, we do have to also say September 4th and 5th, TNA Impact Live in Minnesota. So everybody, make sure you're there, because like we said last week with Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy, nothing is ruled out, including with Ash by Elegance here.
That's right.
Alvin, how you doing?
Hey, look who's here. Just popping up in the middle of nowhere.
I know, right? No, exactly. But I had to have Ash by Elegance on, and I'm so glad she came on. She talked all about her win at NXT Heatwave, taking the TNA Knockout World Championship back to where it belongs at TNA, brought it back home. You're right. They did need it, because we couldn't let JC walk around with both NXT and the TNA Knockout Championship.
No, TNA got a rep somehow, but
and
that's sweet.
Alvin, I don't know if you listened to the interview, but at the very end, Ash teased possibly that she might be taking that NXT title off of her as well. So she said that there's nothing is being ruled out. By the way, I talked about it in the interview. The debut of the TMZ Inside the Ring Championship is here.
That's pretty sick looking, man.
Alvin, you've known about this for some time. We've been waiting for this to come in. Here it is, right here. Got to give a special shout out to Trophy Smack, because they're the ones that made this for us. Former TMZ employee owned company, Dax Holt. Look at this beauty.
That's a beautiful thing. Look at that logo.
Shines in the sun, Inside the Ring podcast champion.
It's got the right fonts and everything.
Even got the logo right here. Exactly. Dude, this thing.
There you go.
I'm telling you, this thing is going to become a problem for us, because people want it already.
We should have a battle royal amongst the guests to try to get that prize.
Trust me, dude. People are already interested. For example, just at the end of the interview there, she actually asked for my address to come find me and take care of things. She wants to have a match with me on the concrete, she said.
You might want that to be the new 24/7 title.
That's what she said, because she's held the 24/7 title
she did.
15 times,
Oh,
she
man,
said.
I wouldn't carry that around you if that was the case.
But we have a lot to talk about. There was a lot that happened this weekend, and I found myself pretty much watching 24/7 this weekend.
I like to call it cause and effect throughout the wrestling world this week. There's a lot of causes and there's a lot of effects, dude.
I mean, this is just setting the stage for a lot that's going to come
Yeah,
up here, including
definitely.
WrestlePalooza. Hey, remember, I told you on our first episode recap that there was a rumor that there was going to be a PLE on September 20th, and sure enough, we are.
Going up against AEW's flagship pay-per-view.
All in, I know.
Pay-per-view versus PLE. Who wins the prize?
Well, Alvin, let's get into right off the bat this weekend, SmackDown, Friday Night SmackDown. I was very excited. Once again, I say this every single week. I was really hoping Brock Lesnar would show up. Cena was there, but I don't think it's time yet. And I'm kind of starting to agree with you on your take on we don't need Brock Lesnar just yet. Pretty sure we're going to see him at WrestlePalooza.
It's like, John Cena, if he was playing the final battle, right? He would have a side quest first. And before that final battle, he would have to go to that side quest to fulfill that journey.
Right. I mean, at the very end of SmackDown, we did get a little bit of a tease on possibly seeing Brock. We saw the SmackDown general manager come out to Cena just at the end. It looked like Cena was about to leave. He told him that he had just heard from Brock Lesnar.
Can
My
you
heart dropped.
imagine so Nick Aldis gets a phone call from Brock Lesnar out of nowhere. So Brock Lesnar would just be like, "Hey Nick, what's up, man?" While cutting up some beef, maybe just shot up a deer or something.
What do you think he said to him? What do you think Brock said?
He's probably like, "Yo, Nick, I just shot this deer up. And I just had a feeling that I should probably fight John Cena in WrestlePalooza."
He probably forgot that he came back. I think Brock forgot that he came back. And he's just now realizing, oh yeah, I got to take care of business. But first, we have to see Cena and Logan Paul take care of business at Clash in Paris.
Yeah.
We saw that promo from Cena. At first, when Logan Paul came out, I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it was just the typical Logan Paul. But then Cena, once he got in the mic, I haven't seen that type of Cena in a while.
Well, Logan Paul pissed off Cena, right?
Right.
You don't piss off Cena by telling him the low-hanging fruit of his career. He talks about his 5 moves. And what else does he talk about? He talks about him running naked at the Oscars.
I mean, let's be honest. Logan Paul would do the same thing at the Oscars. If he had the opportunity to do the same thing, Logan Paul would do anything.
And
okay?
boy, did it anger Cena.
Right,
He went full hunted.
He went personal. He went
Yeah.
personal. We saw him go outside the ring at first, and he took a shot at Prime. First of all, knocked over the
He
Prime.
knocked over that thing. Yeah.
That's one
That was
strike for
hilarious,
him,
man.
and Logan's gonna get a receipt for that. Do not worry. I'm sure Prime will be involved somehow, some way. And then I think the biggest jab of the night in terms of Cena and Logan Paul was Cena telling him he's already got enough legal issues to deal with.
Yeah.
What do you like when you hear that? What legal issues do you think of? And I was looking all over online because there was a lot of back and forth about what legal issues that was, and I think it was all about crypto. Obviously, he's got a lot going on, man. He's got his lawyers very, very busy.
But he has no right to talk about John Cena's 5 moves like that, though.
No.
He's a legend, but 5 moves? You're not going to talk about Andre the Giant's 5 moves. You're not going to talk about Macho Man's 5 moves, but you talk about John Cena because Cena makes it work and people crap on him because it's a new generation of, high flyers and luchadors and this and that. And Logan Paul does all these crazy moves, but Cena's 5 moves is well effective.
Well, while we're talking about Cena, to be honest with you, Alvin, I am ready for this match to be over with. I think that this is going to be good. I think it's going to be a great match. But in terms of being a part of John Cena's farewell tour, I don't think that it's necessary.
Well,
I
Cena
get why they're
did
doing
mention
it.
that. Cena did mention that. He was saying maybe Dom should have been it. Maybe AJ
Dom, Dirty
Styles
Dom,
should have been
okay.
it. Seth Rollins.
Right.
So he mentioned
Well, we can't
a
rule
bunch of
them out
guys.
because it may still happen. There's still 10 more dates. I saw the schedule
Right.
that WWE, some of the leak of his schedule, his dates, and there's not many dates left. So that only leaves us with a couple potentials. There's a lot of talk about who should be that next one, who should be the final one. Some talk about Jericho, which people are talking about may come back to WWE. There's some rumblings about that, and I really 100% believe that that's a possibility. Whether or not it's
Jericho would be
now
interesting.
or the Royal Rumble, we'll have to see. Really excited for that possibility. Maybe Edge. Some people are talking about Edge.
Oh, he's still under contract.
He's
don't
under
forget.
contract. I don't think that's a possibility with Tony.
Yeah, I don't know about that either. They probably try to keep him, but it'd be nice.
Well, I've said it. I even said it on the TV show when we were talking about potential opponents for John Cena's last match. Final boss, man.
Final boss would have to be it, right?
Final boss. I mean, maybe or Matt Riddle. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I mean, obviously it's going to be Brock. Maybe he'll get his revenge back.
Well, I mean, Brock's going to be September, I think. So
Yeah.
who's going to be December?
We'll see. It'll be December to remember.
But who's worthy of taking on John Cena in his final match?
I agree with you, man. It would have to be the final boss.
I think it has to be because we saw Rock Cena 1, Rock Cena 2, and this is the trifecta, the trio of things. The third time's the charm.
I mean,
It's the final boss once more.
look, let me be honest with you. Watching John Cena in the past, I was never a huge fan of his. And then he won my heart later on. And now he's seasoned. Because I was one of the guys that was saying Cena sucks. But now, I like the guy. After all his Make-A-Wish and everything he's done, he's a good dude. So, I would like to see him take the heavyweight title from Seth Rollins as his final match.
Okay. All right. Well, we could talk forever about this, but let's talk about something else that happened that night. You mentioned Tiffany Stratton. You had some hot takes about her and your feelings. I want to hear about that.
Tiffany Stratton, man, you forget who she feuded with, right? To me, Tiffany Stratton, she's like a meme stock, right? She's a meme stock with a lot of hype like AMC. A lot of people are pushing her, but to me, she's really bearish.
Oh, come on now. Are you serious?
Come on, she has a rich kid
Don't
vibe,
talk about
right?
my Tiffany that
She's
way.
a rich kid vibe. She comes from privilege. How am I gonna root for this girl when she
Charlotte
already
Flair
has
does
everything?
too.
But this is a different story, though.
How is this different from Charlotte Flair is definitely Nepo baby.
She
right?
is. Hey, she just lost. First of all, the Piper Niven.
Right.
She
Little stab to the ego of Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
By the way, in our interview just a few minutes ago with Ash, she took a shot at Charlotte and told Alexa to watch her back because she herself
told Alexa to watch her back.
She herself, as we all know, had a very long team up with. She was right by her side with Charlotte, and she said to watch her back, which I found very interesting. And she said that her and Charlotte have unfinished business. By the way, with this collaboration, you never know, we might see this all over again.
I would love to see Charlotte take the TNA Knockout Championship belt.
I don't think she can. Ash is way too talented right now.
Really?
Yeah, Ash is on another level at the moment.
Are you forgetting the greatness of Charlotte Flair?
All right, we can keep arguing about this. Keep arguing about this. All right. We'll talk after. And then, of course, at the end of Friday Night SmackDown, we see John Cena take a cheap shot from Logan Paul. And we also saw, remember earlier in the night, Drew McIntyre gave him some advice saying, do whatever it takes to do what you have to do.
When did Drew become such a good evil coach?
I think Drew is probably my favorite thing happening right now.
I mean, this dude's changed for a long time. He became pure evil for a while now.
Yeah.
I kind of missed a good Drew, though.
We have to move on from SmackDown to not possibly. This was the biggest thing of the weekend. Forbidden Door, AEW.
Oof.
Man.
Wild, dude.
London always never disappoints. Europe, we saw it on SmackDown. We saw it on Raw. Europe crowds never disappoint. And we also saw, too, they broke the record at the O2 for the crowd size, which I was shocked about because WWE has been there many times before. So AEW came up a little bit up this time around against WWE.
Yeah, don't knock out AEW.
Especially in Europe.
Those guys bring out the best in pay-per-views. Not PLEs. They still do pay-per-views.
Yeah, that's true. And the prices are there, $50 a pop, which I'm definitely feeling that after the weekend. Alvin, there are a ton of amazing moments that happened at Forbidden Door.
Oof.
We'll get into it.
Where do we even start?
I think, where do we start? How could we not start with the match of the night? Of course, the lights out steel cage match. The team of Darby Allin, Will Ospreay, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and the Golden Lovers defeating the Death Riders. And
surprisingly defeating the Death Riders because the Death Riders is one unit, and those guys just, popped up out of nowhere.
Their entrance, though, dude. Their entrance that night, they have the best entrance in the company at the moment.
So,
other than the Young Bucks. I'm just kidding.
Dude, who would have thunk? All right. I know you're a little too young for this. All right. Who would have thunk Hanson brothers Bop would be the song coming in an entrance. Bop.
Dude, they have a whole team dedicated to figuring out how they're gonna do
Bop,
this.
Bop.
Yeah. Can we talk about the fork incident? I don't even want to talk about anything else until we talk about the fork incident. John Moxley is out of his damn mind. He's out of his damn mind. And like all this blood all over the place. Obviously, they choose to do this at the end because the place gets messy.
Everyone's bloody.
There's going to be like hepatitis C or something that's going to be.
Man, yeah, exactly. Man, I get hurt from having a splinter. Imagine a fork getting.
This is the perfect place for John Moxley, though, isn't it? This is what he's always wanted.
Okay, yeah.
And then, of course, the table shot from the top of the cage. Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd.
How were they alive?
I actually, if you looked closely when they hit the tables,
Yeah.
Gabe Kidd, he straight up all that energy from falling.
Right.
He landed on his upper back. Not like usually they end up in the middle of the tables, but he
Yeah.
landed right on his upper back on the mat there. So they missed it like a little bit. The aim was a little off.
Yeah.
And I want to know how he's doing.
I just think Darby Allin is just invincible, man, at this point.
So let's talk also match. I think this would be the second highlight of the night in terms of matches. MJF, Adam Page.
What a seesaw battle.
Where is this going to go now? Where do you think this is going to go?
Well, they're definitely going to have another match again, right? Because technically the contract wasn't executed, right?
True. That you're making a good point. So he's guaranteed to.
So he's still guaranteed him.
Aren't they guaranteed a rematch regardless? Technically.
No, I mean with that
gray
contract, I mean he was guaranteed a match, but because he managed to have Hangman Page book that match without that contract that he won, that this was like a whole separate thing.
I mean, it was a clean win. He came out the better person, and I would be very interested to see what MJF has in terms of excuses on Wednesday.
I mean, that was a sick match. It was a seesaw.
I think
battle.
it was one of his best.
Except for that, I don't know about that thrusting one on the top of the turnbuckle, though.
You didn't like that?
I wasn't into that.
No.
although the pile driver into the broken table, the table was already broken. There was a lot of spitting. They really hate each other, but of course at the end,
A lot of spitting.
And it was also like, and you could also win by disqualification, right? So all that stuff was weird to me. It was great, but very confusing. Mark Briscoe came out making sure that MJF does not cheat. So that
necessary.
Yeah.
I think it was very necessary. And we also saw Athena, Tony Storm.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? We actually had Athena on TMZ Sports last week.
Yeah, we
with
did.
Our own Mojo Matadi. And I had high hopes for her,
She
know?
seems like such a nice woman.
Nice.
And TMZ Sports.
And Tony Storm
but against Tony Storm. Tony Storm, I mean, I love Athena. She's been incredible lately, but Tony Storm, she's been on fire.
She has been on fire. You know, it's funny. Ash by Elegance, we talked about this in the interview. People call her the Timu Tony Storm.
They call Ash Timu Tony Storm.
Yeah, they call her the Timu Tony Storm, which I don't really understand. I did ask her to address it, and she said
Why?
she
Because
doesn't
she's
understand
blonde?
it. Yeah, but there's some aspects that people are comparing. But
Yeah.
she herself said and addressed this in the interview that she doesn't understand it either.
I don't
She doesn't
think
understand.
she's
I
Timu
don't think she
Tony
deserves
Storm
that.
at all.
No. She
I
doesn't
mean,
come out in black and white and
And plus, she has the strength. When she was Dana Brooke, she concentrated on being like a power woman. You know,
right.
she relied on her strength, and that's what made her different than all the rest of the wrestlers in the roster.
Plus, we saw Adam Copeland, Christian Cage, little reunion.
They're back.
They're
They're
back.
back. Now with the 5-second poses, though.
It did look to me, Christian Cage, he was into the love and everything between them, but the hug was a little too much for him, and I don't know if he's fully back.
But this is like a different Christian and like Cope and Christian, right?
This is a different version.
Because they were wacky
course.
as formerly Edge and Christian, right?
Of
But now
course.
that a Cope and Christian, they're rugged, hillbilly, middle-aged men that just want to like really rough up an individual.
You know what's funny? Whenever Adam Copeland comes out and the crowd is singing his theme song,
Yeah.
there's a moment
On
of
this
the-
day.
well, there's a moment when they get to like the second, I think it's the second line in the verse or whatever it is, the chorus.
Mhm.
Not everybody knows the words.
Yeah.
So then there's like kind of this.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do with CM Punk song.
I don't think that that's a song that you should have the crowd singing.
I mean, I don't know who started these choruses and who started sing-alongs.
Like Seth Rollins, I understand. I get it. I
have a different take on that, but we'll get to that.
I get it, but this is one that kind of annoys me. I get out like this past one. I kind of got up and just went and got food and came back because it goes on too long, and the crowd doesn't know the words. They don't. Sorry, I'm sorry. This is probably the least important thing I could talk about for Forbidden Door. But Alvin, give me your rating in terms of A, B, C, D, F on F rating grade. Give me a grade for Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door?
Yeah.
Oh, I give that
compared to.
I give that an absolute B+.
B+? I thought you were going to say A+.
No, A+.
I was going to say A+.
A+ for 3 matches, but there was some confusion in there in some of the matches. Like, Brodito's the new tag champs, right?
Of course.
But
I know you're happy about that.
Not really, because
no?
I'm really a big Hurt Syndicate fan.
Well, I would have given it an A+. And Wednesday, this starts a whole... I love it when something like this happens, and then we see a whole new era begin Wednesday. Either we'll see things continue or we don't.
That's right.
MJF, Adam Page, I think this thing is kind of over, but you don't think so?
I don't think so. I think MJF is going to have a little help from his little friends.
How about MJF, John Cena's final match? No. That'd be great, huh?
Yeah, that would be great.
It would never happen.
I would not count on that because I think he signed for multiple years.
He did. He made the right decision. I think that there was a risk for him to come to WWE, and I think that he is thriving where he's at. I mean, the dude was just Happy Gilmore too. He was he's main events every single time. So this is the best place for him.
I'm still going in-house, man. I'm still going in-house. Seth Rollins, John Cena for the heavyweight title.
Well, let's talk about Monday Night Raw then. Let's wrap this up.
Oof, Monday Night Raw. What are you starting with here? A lot happening over there, dude.
I was very, very happy to see Roman Reigns finally address all of this.
He was on fire.
He was on fire. I mean, how many shoes has he had stolen so far?
I mean, I would be pissed too. He's just sneaking, attacking on people. But he's mentioning everybody.
It'd be cool. It'd be great. And I think that they're going to do this if he steals Bronson Reed's shoes.
Yeah.
At some point between now and, Clash in Paris is on the weekend, Saturday. So I'm making the bet now. He's going to steal Bronson Reed's shoes. He will. Come back here next week.
I hope he steals Bronson Reed's shoes, but I hope he doesn't do the same thing Bronson Reed does by sniffing Roman Reigns shoes all the time.
Yeah.
Where it is goddamn necklace.
A little creepy.
It is a little creepy.
But, we're finally going to see this MFT, whatever this is. There's a
lot going on.
Roman Reigns addressed the fact that they've taken everything from him, his family, including, which is the MFTs, and what else do they have left to take from him? So Roman Reigns has nothing to lose here. And it's about damn time that he takes over as, I think, head of the table again. Solo Sikoa was never in any way on his way to being head of the table the way that Roman was. But like we said before, the final boss may come back, and there might be some involvement there too. Other than that, that night, Becky Lynch, she got herself in a little trouble.
Wow. Becky Lynch will just say anything nowadays.
I was pretty shocked on this. When the moment I heard it, I knew TMZ would be covering this morning.
See, I met Becky Lynch in the parking lot at TMZ, actually.
That's right.
And she was really sweet, really, really sweet. And I can't imagine her saying these words, but I saw it.
But she had to get the crowd to react the way that they did, and I think that's exactly the only way that she could have gotten them to that point.
Did she have to go that low?
I knew Kelly Osbourne or the Osbourne family would definitely have a problem with this.
Yeah.
Especially, mocking his hometown, saying that if she lived or was from Birmingham, she would die too. It's a little too soon.
Too much. Imagine dinner table at the Rollins household, and Becky just goes up to Seth and it's like, so I ragged over Ozzy Osbourne in his home.
I wonder if that was her idea.
I don't know.
I think it was.
You think H said anything about this?
Well, when they come out and they think, okay, what's the best way to upset the town that I'm in?
Do you think it was cheap?
That was the way to do it. I don't think it was cheap. Maybe a little cheap.
A little cheap.
But I think that this now really makes her at another level hated by the universe.
I mean, usually people rag on their sports teams, right? And
right.
They literally ragged.
And speaking of cheap, Nikki Bella, she came out and straight up called her cheap. And she said that she was going to call her the C word.
Cheap twice, yeah.
But the C word was coward.
See you next Tuesday.
And she said that being called a coward was worse than the other one, which we all know the C word that we're talking about here.
Which is crazy because I would think calling her the other C word would be worse.
No, not for Becky. Not for Becky. But by the way, Nikki is just killing it, by the way, in this return. Don't you think?
I mean, she's great. She looks good.
She's so good on the mic. She's so good at these disses. She's so good.
I would love to see her win the Intercontinental title. I think a Bella winning the title against evil ass Becky is due. Especially the way Becky's just dissing in every city and every fans she goes to. It's like, Becky, enough is enough. How much more heat are you gonna get? I get some people still love her regardless.
She needed this. I think she needed this.
She even changed her music.
This is not
to be hated.
I know I said it was cheap, but it was definitely. I think it was definitely worth it. And then obviously to finish off the night, huge fatal 4-way: CM Punk, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, LA Knight. This thing with LA Knight. I just want to interrupt
you for 1 second.
Sure.
I'm sorry, but this is for us. Jackie Redmond was interviewing CM Punk. And right as soon as CM Punk starts talking, Jackie Redmond said, "Hey, CM Punk, I know how much you love people talking about you," and goes on the interview. And then CM Punk and Jackie Redmond had to smirk after she said, "I love how people are talking about you." Do you think, all right, it was the Matt Riddle interview we had talking about CM Punk?
So fun fact, this Matt Riddle interview has been huge for us. It's been everywhere, and it continues to be covered.
It's great.
We talked about it last week. We had to address the elephant in the room. Funny thing, my friend sent me a clip from the Jim Cornette show, and he brought it up actually in the middle of the interview.
Jim Cornette did?
In the middle of the episode.
Okay.
Yeah, he had said, not the CM Punk moment, but he did mention, this part is the one that's been talked about, at least in the most recent in the past couple weeks, was the fact that he told Shane McMahon to go F himself when he said nice hair at the funeral. And they laughed their asses off when he mentioned that. It's just a funny moment.
That's
man.
hilarious.
Like, Matt Riddle will say freaking anything.
I know, he gave us everything.
And he's going to come in eventually. So
he could be talking about, you think CM Punk is talking about us?
I actually, that's a really good point. I need to go back and look at more of the body language.
Yeah.
But I think so. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes, too.
I'm going to say yes for us, for the podcast, for the ratings.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes. But back to the Fatal 4-Way, CM Punk, LA Knight, Jey Uso, Seth. This is really, really getting, I think this is my favorite rivalry that we have going on up until Clash in Paris. This whole Seth, LA Knight, CM Punk kind of trying to battle this out, who's going to get the title shot.
Yeah, they're all hungry.
Not a fan of CM Punk, so LA Knight.
LA Knight, see.
This season, man. This season.
As much as this match is going to be a Van Gogh art classic. You like how I said Van Gogh because all the graphics.
Did you write that down? Did you think about that beforehand?
I actually I've been waiting to put that here.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Good to know. Okay.
I have a take on LA Knight though. LA Knight's been kind of weird lately. I don't know if it's just me, but LA Knight, he seems like, especially after that fight with Seth Rollins, and then obviously Seth Rollins wasn't really hurt, only for him to win that heavyweight title.
Sure.
I don't know. I'm thinking LA Knight might join division here.
You think?
He might be becoming slowly a Paul Heyman guy. Paul Heyman has said good things about him in the past.
Yeah.
And he's not been getting along with CM Punk. He doesn't want CM Punk's back, with every right so, because he doesn't want to owe him a favor. He's not getting along with Jey Uso. I don't know. He's kind of weird.
I put it out there. I did put it on social media last week, and I got a lot of backlash for this. I said, LA Knight, please calm down. Like, CM Punk was trying to work with you.
Right.
And you're making it very, very difficult.
I get it, though.
Being a pansy.
Yeah.
I think that as much as I don't like CM Punk, I like LA Knight, but bro, calm down.
What if?
Give some time. I mean, this is all going to cap off in a week anyway.
What if he joins this division? How much more powerful is the Vision? And I could see LA Knight doing that. I've never trusted LA Knight.
I don't think I could see that happening.
Well, one, LA Knight doesn't care about anyone but himself.
True, but it's the business, right?
It is a business.
It's a business. But we did see the show end in chaos. Braun Breaker, with an assist from Seth Rollins, defeated LA Knight. After the match, Rollins and Breaker continued the assault. and this brought out Jey Uso, CM Punk. The segment ended with all four men, Rollins, Punk, Knight, and Uso, brawling and showing the splintering alliances ahead of Clash in Paris. And
Who's the last man standing?
yeah. So, Alvin, who is going to take this on Saturday?
Well,
Because next time we talk about this will be next Tuesday.
the last man
I wanna know.
standing was Heat. And that super kick to CM Punk, that reminded me of Shawn Michaels giving the super kick to Hogan.
Mm.
Obviously not in the same sense because they're fighting anyway in a fatal four-way.
Trying to compare the Yeet super kick to Shawn Michaels.
Yeah,
We don't have enough time to talk about it.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
do not have enough time to go into that.
yeah.
But I genuinely believe it's probably going to be CM Punk on Saturday because, let's be honest, he kind of deserves it. Even though I don't like him, he deserves it, right?
I don't think so. I'm going to disagree with you on this one because CM Punk, ever since he came back from injury, his wrestling has been pure amazing. It's almost like getting back to that old CM Punk right before he quit WWE.
Mm.
And I don't care what anyone says.
See you.
I don't care what anyone says.
See you.
He's been really good lately. And his style, it's not like he's messing up in the ring. He's been beating people. The only reason he lost to Seth because he just had a crazy match.
He just had a moment of weakness, right?
Yeah, I mean, after being in that banger, how can you not have a moment of weakness?
Well, we'll be back here on Tuesday to talk about whether or not this
I
all
can't
came
wait.
through.
I can't wait.
I always
Well,
have to go home for these. I'm going home to Gilroy, Garlic Town once again. How about you? Where are you going to watch it at?
I'm going to watch that at home. I'm going to watch that at home.
Nearby?
With my baby daughter.
Bro, I
While we're
drive
both
7
staying
hours
eaten.
for this. I'm driving 7
You're
hours.
driving 7 hours?
Hey, at least I'm not flying to Paris.
You might as well fly to Paris.
You might as well
at
fly
this
to
point.
Paris. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
I would.
And bring that title and hold it up
Oh,
with the
man.
arena.
By the way, the TMZ title, it's not going anywhere. Whatever anybody thinks, if anybody thinks they've got a shot at that title, I gave blood, sweat, and tears to get that title here. So anybody who's trying to take it from me, it's not going to happen. Sorry.
I'll let you hold that title.
Not even
for a
you,
while.
Alvin.
I'm going to let you hold that title for a while, but if it turns out to be a 24/7 title, just remember, if a ref starts running in, you're
I'm telling you,
away.
man, Ash by Elegance
Yeah.
just asked for my address and told me that she might attack me while I'm sleeping.
While you're sleeping?
Yeah, she said that she wanted to catch me off guard.
That's kind of creepy. But
No,
awesome
I mean,
at the same time.
she told me that she sleeps with her title, her new title, the TNA
Oh, does she?
Knockout Championship.
Hey, please don't shower with it.
Oh, I already did. Look at all the water spots on it. Okay, we got to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make sure you hit follow on the podcast on Apple, Spotify, wherever you're listening. Make sure you hit subscribe. We are so excited. Continue this. It's been so much fun, and we're so looking forward to talking about this next Tuesday. We got another interview coming this week on Thursday. Don't miss out. It's a big one. See you later.
I see ya.